And hello everybody. All right, so today we're going to be embroidering. This is going to be a Cricut cover, which is a Christmas gift for my mom. She is a YouTuber on here, and she has like a good bit of followers, so good for her. So this is something that had been on my Christmas list, and it was actually on my wish list rather for a really long time, and it was when I was still living with my ex-husband, and he has a husky, and there was just fur everywhere. So I had put this on my wish list because fur was literally getting into my Cricut and all my, whatever. So it's supposed to be a cover for your Cricut. I decided my mom would do wonders with these because she has birds, and the birds have a lot of dander. So I figured this would be just a nice little gift. I have 2 layers of no-show stabilizer. I also, that's supposed to go on top of the, not on top of your stabilizer, Erin. That goes on top of your product, whatever you're embroidering. Okay, 2, I always float. I think it's a lot easier. 2 layers of no-show stabilizer. I went ahead and turned this inside out because of the way my machine is. I need it to look like this. This is going to be our center, so it's actually going to be really easy for us to know where to put our decal. I'm going to take some 505 temporary adhesive. This is how I float my projects. You hold it about 12 inches away and you just spray it down. I like to go a little bit closer so I don't get everything out, which is why my mat looks so sticky. Well, not my mat, my hoop looks so sticky. Okay, put the lid back on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I just try to, you see this middle line right here is the middle of the hoop, and I'm just going to pretty much eyeball it. And I'm going to press this in nice and tight. Sorry that you're wobbling. I'm on a little table. Okay. Now we're going to add our, my stabilizer roll just fell. We're going to add a water-soluble topper. This just helps, actually I'm going to add it diagonally just to be safe. This just helps the design not to fall into the or into what you're embroidering on. Probably not necessary here because this is actually a pretty thick fabric. I'm going to do it just in case. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin my water topper in place. This is giving me the fits. Ah, I bent my pin. These are really cheap pins. Got these when I first got my machine. Because I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. They're just pins, right? Well, they don't go through much. I could also tape it down if the pins aren't going to work for me up at the top. You also want to try to make sure it's not where you're going to be putting your design, because you don't want your needle to go through it. Oh my goodness. Ow, I poked myself. I guess that's why you really wear a thimble, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move over to our embroidery machine and let's get everything set up. I was like, oh, I'm not going to film me putting this on because I always have issues, and I guess you didn't have issues today. Anyway, so you can still see that we have our metal. Well, you can't, but I can. There you go. Our metal right here. I have my thread loaded. I chose like a lighter baby tealish blue. It's very pretty. My mom's favorite color is blue. And I've got that up, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix my layout. So you can't see my screen, but I'll just kind of talk you through it. They have my design set to face the other way, so I just turned it around so it's facing the correct way. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to see where it's got me. It's not far enough that way. Let's put it here. Sorry if you can hear that dog crying. It's been very loud lately and I don't know where it's coming from. Okay. So I want to check and see how high it's going to go and how low it's going to go. So that looks good to me. So it's not up against here. It's about a finger's width away. And then down at the bottom, it's probably about 2 finger width. That's fine. Let's see how far aside we're going to go. I might have to take that off once it starts. How far? Perfect. All right. It's beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. And we're going to lower our foot. And we're going to start. I'll go ahead and film this in like hyperspeed so you can watch. Okay, and so this is our finished cutting or sewing part rather. Crafting in my PJs, it's in the center with this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out of the hoop and I'm gonna cut all of my little jump stitches, and then I'm gonna show you how to get the water soluble topper off. Okay, so I have the back cut down. Normally if you were washing this, you would, like if it was clothing, you would leave a little bit more for like stretching and shrinking purposes. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is the water soluble that I use kind of just breaks off. Get that away. But then you're left with these little pieces. So I just have a little cup of water and a little sponge, little foam sponge brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wet it. And oops, I missed a string. Ooh, I got the hiccups, I'm sorry. And it's just literally melting away. So now I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm just gonna dry it. Here's my little scissors. Goodness. Come here. I'll have to finish getting that with some tweezers as well. So this is it. This is our finished product. It's really stinking cute. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and flip her to her proper form. Look at that. It's got little pockets on the sides. And on the back. Was worried there was a pocket on the front that she was going to lose with me embroidering it, but there's not. It's just a little cover. So that's how it's going to sit on her Cricut, and it'll just say crafting in my PJs, and that's it. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope those of you who do embroider learned something new. Maybe you're thinking about embroidering, or maybe you just like watching me do really random and crazy crafts. So please make sure to like, subscribe, click on the little bell to learn when I post new videos, and make sure to share this with your friends, anybody you think that would benefit from hanging out with me. Thanks guys, it was an absolute pleasure, and I'll see y'all next time.